Alright, hello everybody, I'm Brian, this is Sunil.
Yeah, it's me, yeah.
We've been working on the Android music sampler. So, if you missed our first presentation or anything, you don't know what it is, it's a, the goal is to have a, I don't want to say full-featured, that sounds a little bit incorrect for something on a phone, but we are looking to have basically a digital audio workstation on Android devices, just for the purpose of making music and or parts of music while you are away from your computer.
Okay.
You talk.
Alright, no problem. So what we basically want out of it is to focus on sampling capabilities, and what we're going to talk about later is this thing called the MPC. In case you weren't here at the first talk, an MPC stands for Music Production Center, which is based on the model created from this company called the Kai. The Kai MPC is a really famous machine used for sampling purposes. That's what we want to focus on. We want to focus on trying to create a MIDI interface out of the phone. A step sequencer, which is basically where you can load samples into this interface and program out a drum loop or anything of that sort using the metronome that we have built into it. And a piano interface, well, we have a piano in the works, but we don't have the piano roll aspect of it yet. And eventually we want to use the file browser to load instruments into it to create more sounds out of it.
So, what's this about? Okay, so the MPC portion of it is essentially a 4x4 grid of buttons, or any number less than that if you really wanted to. But each button triggers a sound when it's pressed. This is what the MPC is based on. Is you have just 16 pads that you can press, and then you have your sound that's stored there. And that's really the basic idea. So, what is it? Like it says here, it's things like, just there could be individual sound samples, just like, let's say you have a drum and you press your button and then you hear your drum, or you've made a loop out of however many sounds, and then you press that button and then that loop plays. And on top of that, we want, we haven't done that yet, but we want to be able to record audio just as just raw audio, and record that from what's being played on the MPC. So what we have right now is the basic MPC. We have the 4x4 grid. We have each button that makes a sound, and we have a very basic piano. It's 12 notes. It makes noise. It makes the right noise. And I forgot where I was going.
Oh, well,
continue, please.
We have a file browser that's in the works, and the goal of it is what we were talking about before, where we can have sounds in the file browser. The MPC can open it up by, for instance, clicking on a button, saying open a sound according to the file browser, loading that sound into that button, and the recording audio tool, which we have in the works, but we haven't implemented yet.
So, we plan to continue working on this, even after this since the semester is pretty much over by now. We still want to keep on working on it, whether as an RCOS project or not. And the things that we want to do that's, the wave editor is kind of a really long-term, pie in the sky sort of thing that we don't know if we'll actually, that's a long-term goal. Before that, we want to have a piano roll, which is essentially programmed piano, and a step sequencer, which is going to be basically the same thing as a piano roll, except for samples instead of piano notes. That's about it. So, yep, thanks to everyone, of course. Do we have any questions?
How are you guys planning on dealing with latency?
We know that there's C library, right, that exists. We have to work on getting, I think it's Android NDK for implementing C libraries for latency issues. But we know that Android does have latency issues for playing audio.
And the funny thing is that if you use NDK, which I have, I've done a lot of OpenSL stuff in NDK, it doesn't get you around that issue. There is actually no way to send audio to the Android sound buffer with less than 100 milliseconds of latency, which makes it impossible to do this, unfortunately.
Yes.
So there's this like iPad app that they came out. There's like commercials for it on YouTube and stuff like that. I don't know if you've seen it. I don't know exactly what it's called, but like basically you like hold your iPad up and click a button and it records like a sample from like the camera and from the microphone, and it basically gives you like the 4x4 display with like repeating videos of like whatever you recorded, so you can remember what it is and stuff, and you can lay down funky beats. I was like wondering if like you guys maybe, because it seemed like it was the right size on the tablet from their commercial, and like I was trying to imagine it on a phone, and I think personally it'll be too small. So you guys like thinking about maybe do like tablet focus? Or
it's something that we would like to I guess could work better on a tablet, yes, but we want to have it so that it's also usable on a phone, even if it's I guess just by nature is going to be limited functionality. It's something that we still want to have available.
Yep.
A question first. Can your piano play chords or tunes at once at least?
At the moment, no. But I think it depends on what model Android phone you have. So.
Second question real fast. Is your 4x4 MPC grid visible with the piano at the same time?
No, it's two separate things right now.
Okay. And then a suggestion. Maybe you could have swappable profiles. So you could have one 4x4 and switch to another 4x4, which has different samples.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Because our MPC pads normally 4x4.
Yeah, MPC pads are only 4x4. Yeah, what you can have different templates also on the machine, the actual machine that exists. What you can do is load different templates and then have different sounds ready. So, yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
Oh, where do you go? Oh, yeah, I have a question. So probably see that your codes are not updated, at least in the observatory.
Right.
It's not. So one possibility is you can have some YouTube video of what you have done so far, so that it will be for the benefit of the others. Now that once you are done with the exams, you can do that.
Yeah.
So that will tell you what you have accomplished, and otherwise it's hard to find out what are all the great things that you have done.
Right.
Okay.
I was gonna have the same question if you guys switched repositories or anything like that. Or I don't know. I know that there were a lot of bugs with GitSVM, so I don't know. With observability.
No, I had just basically been doing the code without dealing with the repository wrangling so much, because I'm not very good at that, honestly.
Same.
So, but yeah, we can actually update that.
Yeah, update that, and then if you need help, go to the IRC chat room. There are plenty of smart people that are hanging out.
All right.
Thanks.
Okay.